Hey guys, welcome back to the Awesome Wrestling Podcast. I'm Frankie.
I'm Chris.
And we are Awesome Wrestling. And it is episode 5. Five time of the Awesome Wrestling Podcast here today. And the main topic will be Saturday night's main event, which at the time of recording this video just happened yesterday. We're recording this on Sunday. Saturday night's main event just happened last night. And I was there. It was an awesome show. And if you didn't see episode 3 of the podcast, what we did was we talked about Survivor Series most of the time, but we just did a lightning round through Raw and SmackDown because we didn't want to spend most of our time on that.
Yeah.
We want to have all of our focus on Saturday night's main event. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to do a lightning round speed run through Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Monday Night SmackDown. Yeah. And then we were going to jump into Saturday night's main event, which will be our main topic of the video. And then we are also going to be doing trivia. And then we are going to be jumping into the top 3 moments of the week. And we're not going to do 5 seconds this week because we're talking about Saturday night's main event. Yeah. That's going to take up most of our time. Yeah. So we're just going to do trivia and the arcade segment and top 3 after that. So yeah, this is going to be a fun podcast. Episode 5 of the podcast. And I'm ready to jump right into a speed run of Monday Night Raw.
Speed round, Monday Night Raw. So the show started off with the New Day walking through the arena.
Yes.
And everybody kind of looking at them like in disgust.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to talk to you. Yeah. They were trying to talk to, like, one example was, like, Alpha Academy. And they were like, no, I'm good.
Following that, Gunther came to the ring. Finn Balor came out.
Yep.
And then Damian Priest came out.
Eventually, and later in the night.
Will lead to, yeah.
Yeah.
Following that was the 8-man tag, the Wyatt 6
oh my God.
The Final Testament.
We're just going to briefly say, this match was awesome.
Yeah.
I think Final Testament needed that win, and they did win, so that was pretty good for them. Advancing the storyline. Yeah, Paul Ellering came back to cost the Wyatts, and I think that storyline will eventually lead into their final match in a Miracle on 34th Street fight. On like the Christmas Raw or whatever.
All right, following that, CM Punk sat down with Jackie Redmond, talked about Seth Rollins, called him second string. Yeah. Said the starter is back.
Yeah, that was pretty good promo.
Following that, Dakota Kai fought Liv Morgan. Yep. Liv Morgan beat her.
Yeah, obviously, fighting Liv, but I feel like that's a little odd because Dakota's in the mid-card tournament. But...
following that, Drew cut a promo.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that he's going to take out basically all the Bloodline members without saying it.
Basically saying why he attacked Jay and Sami the week before.
Seth cut a promo, and then he got interrupted by Sami Zayn. And then Sami Zayn said he wanted to fight Drew McIntyre at Saturday night's main event.
So, which happened, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then Drew came out and beat him up.
Yeah, well, I was getting that, but yes.
Oh, yeah.
Lyra Valkyria. Did I say it right?
Lyra.
I'll get it one of these.
He's going to get it one of these episodes.
She beat Ivy Nile and Zelina Vega in the Women's Intercontinental Tournament.
Yes.
After that, the New Day came to the ring. They tried to cut a promo, got booed out of the arena.
That was hilarious. They tried to cut a promo. Yeah. And Woods, the thing that I found hilarious, Woods said, "What did we do?" Yeah. Oh, you did nothing wrong. All you did was stab your friend that you've been friends with for 10 years in the back. Yeah,
and,
nothing crazy.
Rhea Ripley beat Raquel Rodriguez in an anything goes match.
Yeah, that was a cool match, just like an Extreme Rules.
And then at the end, Io Sky and her picked up the title and were going back and forth. So that was basically Raw in a nutshell.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you off though, one part I liked about the Rhea versus Raquel match, Rhea ended the match with a riptide through the table to Raquel. That was really cool, and then we talked about how Io and her stared down. But yeah, so that was Monday Night Raw in a nutshell. But now we're going to jump into Friday Night SmackDown. All right, we're now jumping into a speed round of Lightning Fast speed round of Friday Night SmackDown.
Monday Night SmackDown.
Yep, Monday Night SmackDown. So yeah, you can get I'm going to hand it right over to you and start off.
Just take it from here. Michin beat Tiffany Stratton in the semifinals of the women's U.S. title tournament.
There was a very botched ending.
Yeah, but it happened. You know.
And just really quick, I know I just cut you off quick again, like last week. Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton was wearing an awesome like Christmas gear.
Yeah.
It looked really cool, but yeah. So there was a botched ending. If you haven't seen it already, then it's pretty funny.
Following that, we forgot this. I gotta start using a different site. The show started off with Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
Cutting a promo.
Yeah.
And then Drew came out of nowhere and Claymore kicked his head off.
Yeah, Jimmy, it was such an odd promo. He came out and he was like, Uso, I'm Jimmy Uso. I've been watching my family past couple of years, and so.
And he said, I got big plans for 2025. And then he said, you know what my plans are? I don't know yet. And then he turned around and got Claymored.
Oh my God, he sold that amazingly.
Yeah, so I don't know why. The site I use, sometimes it doesn't, for whatever reason.
We should make our own site.
We should. After that, Carmelo Hayes had a mystery opponent, which happened to be the newest member of SmackDown, Braun Strowman.
So I think that's like one of the new transfers to SmackDown.
Yep.
From Raw.
The transfer window.
Yeah, he was only gone for like 2 months or so.
Yeah, they said he tore his groin, and that was in the beginning of September, I believe.
Yeah, did he hurt it in the match against Bronson?
In like the first 2 minutes of the match, he said he knew he tore it.
Yeah.
And then he must got to be tough to finish a match against Bronson Reed in a last monster standing match.
Break
the ring with a torn groin.
Yeah.
Tough guy.
I don't know how he didn't get hurt from the tsunami through the car like 2 weeks before.
Yeah. Following that, LA Knight's backstage, and he calls it the Oofalafa.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. The Oofalafa.
And he just says, I don't care, I hate that family.
Yeah, the Bloodline asked me to get in their business to help them get that Oofalafa back.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. LA Knight is just a funny guy.
Following that, LA Knight beat Solo by DQ after Jacob came in and destroyed him and Tama Tonga.
Yeah, that match was just bland.
Yeah,
nothing really happened.
Nothing really going on.
Yeah.
Following that, it was Bayley versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green beats Bayley to move on
to the finals of Michin versus Chelsea Green, which we got it right. If you didn't see our prediction video,
that was just put out good call.
2 days ago.
Good call by us. That was
we predicted that was going to be Chelsea Green and Michin, and we may or may not have both gotten that one correct. I don't know, maybe.
Following that, Roman Reigns cut a pretty good promo.
Oh, that was awesome.
Hyping up Tribal Combat against Solo on the Raw on Netflix on January 6th.
It's probably going to be the main event. That card is stacked already.
Yeah, and then what happened at the end? It doesn't tell me. Kevin Owens, with Kevin Owens and Cody.
Yeah, I know what happened.
Yeah.
This site.
I don't know what's going on here. It literally goes from the Chelsea Green and Bayley match to overall. This was a great SmackDown this week.
Okay, we gotta start writing it down. So
I don't know what's going on, but
here's what happened. Cody came out and he tried to call out Kevin Owens, but then Kevin was in the back wearing a Stardust shirt.
Yes,
which is awesome. He was basically just trash talking Cody, and he said that he's gonna become the Canadian Dream.
Yeah.
And that you just need to realize the fact that you were better as Stardust.
Yeah, that was it.
And then he came out and beat him up and held up the undisputed title.
And that's SmackDown in a nutshell.
Yes.
Now we move on to
Saturday night's main event. So we're gonna jump into Saturday night's main event right now. So now we're jumping into our review on Saturday night's main event, but before we jump into any of the matches, I just want to point out, I know I've said it about 1,000,000 times, on the podcast episodes and in this episode, but I was there at Saturday night's main event, and I do want to show you guys, the things that I got there at the merch stand. And since we got in earlier, we weren't supposed to. Here's a little fun story I want to tell you guys. So they said that the gates open, or just the doors open at 6 o'clock, and we didn't get in until 6:45. apparently they were rehearsing the matches. Like, you had all day to do that.
It was cold too,
Yeah.
I bet, huh?
It was freezing. Everybody was standing out there in the
Freezing
cold
cold.
for 45 minutes.
Just so Drew McIntyre could go over his finish.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was pretty bad. Let's just say that. So that's just a quick funny thing that happened. But yeah, since we like got in right when the doors opened, because we were like close to the doors, so we went in pretty quick once they opened the doors. So when we got in there was barely even a line at the merch stand. So first off, I got this OTC Roman Reigns hat right there, my tribal chief right there. So yeah, it just says OTC. It's a little far away, you can't see it too well, but it says OTC. There's a Superman Punch logo right there. And then right here, I love it. It's Roman Reigns' RR logo right there. So that's pretty cool. I'm wearing it this episode, so that's really, really cool hat. So, and then I got 2 shirts. So here's, oh yeah, here's the first one that I got. It is a Saturday Night's Main Event shirt for 2024. It's a Saturday Night's Main Event. Long Island, and it says "I was there." I got another "I was there" shirt.
If
to
you
my
didn't know,
collection.
he was there.
Yeah, now yeah, you can only get those at the thing, or unless somebody was there and then they sell.
Unless
it
you go on eBay for $900 and get scammed on one.
Yeah, so I got that one, and I got
next
another shirt, which I really wanted ever since they announced it. Like they have them in the commercials. Is a Wyatt 6 T-shirt, and if you didn't know already, I love the Wyatt 6. Obviously, I love Bray Wyatt. My favorite wrestler of all time.
This is really cool, though.
Yeah.
With
my second Wyatt 6 shirt so far.
and Eric Rowan's really cool.
Yeah, I love, like, they're just in the shadow.
Yeah.
And they always show this on, like, the WWE, like, shop commercials.
Tonight only.
Yeah. And I'm always like, I need that shirt. And then I finally got it. I saw it right at the merch stand. That's the first thing I saw, and I said, oh, my God, I need that. I literally need to get it, and I did get it. So those were the 3 things that I got at Saturday Night's Main Event. And yeah, so overall, it was a really fun experience to go there. And we had amazing seats. I'll pop up a picture on screen of, like, so you can see the view of where my seats were. It was a really good, my seats were really good. And yeah, so it was an awesome experience. And the stage, right when I walked in, the stage I saw, it was the classic stage.
Oh,
it was
the
like,
new gen.
It was like the new generation
He
stand.
took a picture and sent it to me right away, and I was like, oh my God, that's awesome.
It was amazing. It looked so cool.
Yeah.
It was so classic. And yeah, so.
And they had the blue carpet, too, coming down to the ring.
It was awesome. And they had like the one little I don't know what you can call it, but the one little screen that they have in the corner of the arena that they always just used to have, like when you always used to do Saturday Night's Main Event in that arena. So yeah, so it was awesome, really old school. And speaking of old school, that intro to the show was like the coolest intro they've had for a pay-per-view this year.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That might be a hot take. I think it was.
Obviously don't want to cut you off, but I just want to point out, I like that Triple H put so much time and creativity into just the opening of it. I mean, I think he kind of knew that it was just got to be a regular show for time reasons. That's why we didn't see, a lot of people. We'll get into that. But, like, the stage, the blue carpet, the intro, like you said, like, Triple H really took his time, and he did a great job with it.
Yeah, so I love that, and I was so confused. I was like, I could hear, like, Joe Tessitore, and I was like, if you don't know, like, when you go to live shows...
You don't hear the announcers.
Yeah, when you're there, obviously, you've been to one, you don't hear the announcers at all, and I was like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
And then I remembered, oh, wait, in the Saturday Night's Main Event, they would have, like, Vince and...
Mean Gene.
And Mean Gene and, like...
Or Jesse and Mean
Jesse
Gene.
Ventura, Mean Gene, and they would be on, like, a little podium on the side.
That would be the opening all the time.
And then they'd have the microphone so you can actually hear it. And I was like, oh my God. And yeah, so Jesse Ventura, he was there with Joe Tessitore. Joe Tessitore was wearing a Mean Gene Okerlund suit. It was awesome. And yeah, and I will pop a video up on screen. I mean, I couldn't really see too well because there were a lot of people in front of it. But yeah, so there was like a little podium where they were standing. Yeah. It was awesome. I'd like to point out, Jesse Ventura, he sounded great.
Yeah, he
did. He sounded like it was like 1985.
I know. He did a great job.
He sounded amazing.
We'll get into it later, but he did a really good job on commentary.
He'll have to talk about that. I've seen a couple clips from like the
Yeah.
match itself, so I heard some things. But yeah, so that was just my initial thoughts on just how the show was in person. Very good, very, very fun. I mean, you're going to a wrestling show. It's
Yeah.
always fun.
It's always
If
fun.
you're going to a wrestling show live, you're always going to have a good time. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on the show itself, being there in person. So let's jump into, oh wait, first off, before we jump into the main card, again, first off, there was a dark match on the show. It was Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, Motor City Machine Guns versus 8-Town Down Under. It was a dark match. It was pretty cool to see a dark match because it's not like a weekly show because
No.
they do them before. But I wasn't expecting a dark match, and I saw Louis Garcia come out. I was like, it's only 7:30. The show starts at 8, and then they just had a dark match. It was pretty cool, and it was I thought it was my first time seeing Motor City Machine Guns. It was my first time seeing them as a tag team because last year I went to like an indie show where they fought individually. So yeah, it was cool to see Motor City Machine Guns as a tag team for the first time.
I saw him once
Yeah,
in
so-
TNA.
nice.
I saw him in 08.
Yeah, so that was it for that. Now let's jump into the actual card itself. The first match of the night was Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn, and like we said it in our prediction video, they didn't give us much.
No, they didn't really need to.
Yeah,
though.
they didn't give us much context. And I don't know if you heard or not. I don't know. This might just be a rumor. But it was rumored that this was supposed to be Bronson versus Seth. This last match.
Bronson got hurt.
Yeah. So I
Makes
guess they
sense.
just slapped on a match. They just had to fill in a
Definitely
a
makes
spot.
sense.
Yeah.
they,
And like yeah. So
they had an awesome match.
and I guess that's why Seth wasn't on the
Yeah.
show. And so yeah, that match happened. That was a really good match. But then I texted Chris. I was like, "Is this match any good on like
live
on
TV?
TV? Because I feel like it would be one of those matches where it's just fun because you're there.
No,
in the crowd.
it was really good.
Yeah.
They only had like 7 or 8 minutes, and
Maybe for like the people who had commercials or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, but like they had some cool spots like during the match. There were a lot of falsies. The crowd was really into it, obviously,
Yeah.
because it was the first match of the
Yeah.
night. But yeah, still, that was a very good match. There were a lot of just a lot of action, like boom, 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 boom.
yeah.
It was really
I
cool.
liked the when Sammy hit him with the sunset flip powerbomb
Yeah.
off the top
The
rope.
blue, Oh yeah, the sunset blue. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, Drew
Yeah.
went for the white noise,
Mhm.
and then Sammy got down. And it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the ending where Sammy slid right into the ring. There, they did like a couple reversals, and then Drew caught him with the claymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both
Drew
got
wins.
that one right.
Yeah.
This is kind of a spoiler for the prediction video, but it's whatever.
If you're watching the prediction video now, then you're probably behind on time.
Yeah. So yeah, that match was pretty good, pretty solid. Drew McIntyre came out with the victory, like we assumed. No Jey Uso, that made me a little sad.
Yeah, no Jey Uso. I thought he
Yeah.
would have, him or Jimmy would have came out,
Yeah.
but
None of the Blood Mamas on the show.
No,
that's
nobody.
a little disappointing, but
it happens.
whatever. So that match happened. Then the match after that was Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. This match was pretty decent, not bad. This was the toss-up of the show, and Chris won again.
That's right, baby.
Liv
2 for
Morgan.
2.
Liv Morgan came out with the victory. But I mean, I'm sticking to my point. I kind of think that made Io Sky lose a little bit of aura and like made her look a little bit bad. Cause like she's had so much hype.
Yeah.
Like she's had.
Well, if anything, she's
been
too high
red
up here. It
hot.
brought her back down to everybody else's level.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. And then,
Well, the whole thing was for Rhea to come out at the
like
end.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, that match was pretty decent though.
Yeah, the one when Io did the moonsault to the
Yeah.
outside, and then she got Liv right in the nose.
She did.
Yeah.
I couldn't see.
Oh
from
yeah.
there.
So she got her with like a running knee,
Mhm.
and it just like they kept showing the replay on TV, and she just like connected. Liv
God.
had a bloody nose, bleeding all over the mat.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, it was a good match, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent match. And then after the match, out comes Rhea Ripley. She got a huge pop too.
Yeah, she did.
But yeah, so she came out. Obviously, they're gonna continue this rivalry. Hopefully, just end it at the Raw on Netflix. I thought, like I said in the prediction video, I wanted them to fight, but I didn't want it to be for the title.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least they're gonna end it. Rhea's definitely gonna win. If she doesn't win, the storyline doesn't end until Rhea wins.
Yeah.
So
Which I think that's why I think they stretch it out to WrestleMania.
they can't.
And WrestleMania is like in late April, so they literally have a good 4 months of doing this right now.
4 more months.
Yeah, 4 more months.
Storyline's been going on
Yeah.
since like June or since like May. The storyline's been going on.
They have, and this goes for all the WrestleMania like feuds and storylines. They have an extra 3 weeks this year.
Yeah.
So.
And they don't even have a pay-per-view in March. Or no, when's Elimination
I
Chamber?
think Elimination Chamber is on March 1st, so you can't even really count that as March.
You basically have an entire month.
But I'm pretty sure they are going to have another Saturday Night's Main Event at
Yes,
the end of
and-
March. Well, they're having one
They're
in
having one
January.
in January. I know that.
think I read they're either having one in the beginning of April or like the end of March, somewhere in there, as like a hype show for WrestleMania.
Yeah, they better do something big on that show
Yeah.
if they're doing it for WrestleMania. Oh, but yeah, what match were we talking? Oh, Liv and Rhea.
Yeah.
Liv and Io. So
Yep.
that was a pretty good match overall. Rhea just came out to stare down Liv. Eventually setting up their match, like we said, for obviously, probably, hopefully, not WrestleMania,
Yeah.
the Raw Netflix premiere. So that was a pretty good match. Then the third match of the night was, what was the third match? Triple threat match, I think. Yeah, triple threat match between Gunther,
Oh yeah, Gunther.
Damian, and Finn. This match I thought was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how it came across live, but it came across really good on TV.
Yeah, it was
Like,
very fast paced. The crowd was actually going nuts for Finn Balor when he
Yeah.
actually almost won.
Yeah.
Like I think he almost went for a coup de grace and then Gunther stopped him.
Mhm.
And I was going nuts. I was like, please, Finn, just win.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Finn came out with he had like the Scarecrow from Batman like
Yeah.
mascot, which
That was really cool.
awesome.
So
I like that.
Yeah, this match was very good. Damian, I think, really showed out during this
Yeah,
match.
he always does.
Finn, I think he could have. I mean, he still.
He
just
did it. He
Finn
did
Balor.
enough.
Yeah. Gunther was also very good, but I think the MVP of this match was definitely Damian Priest.
I think the MVP was Gunther.
Really?
Yeah, he was the man. The one thing I didn't like is just like you probably saw it obviously live, but every time Gunther would break up a pin, like the camera would cut to him and he'd just be like lurking in the background waiting for them to count the 1, 2 before he broke it up.
Yeah, what was that all
And
about?
he I don't know if like his timing was messed up, but there was
He
one
was
point
just standing there.
where Damian
1,
hit
2.
Finn with South of Heaven, and
Yeah.
you just see Gunther on the outside of the ring like this,
Yeah, I was
and
like,
then he's just waiting for the ref to count, and
I
then he
didn't-
grabs Damian's hair.
oh, I didn't think they showed that on TV.
Yeah, it was.
Because I thought it was just obviously, like sometimes.
Yeah,
they just
something
don't
you
show
see
it.
live.
Yeah, I thought it was normal. They actually showed that on TV.
Yeah, it's just him like hanging out on the apron, and he's like 1, 2, and he just reaches in and grabs his hair.
At least like try to.
Yeah,
climb
no, he
up.
didn't climb at all. He was just kind of hanging, just waiting for his cue.
He was
but,
like, all right, come
I
on.
know you saw it live, but the power bomb on the steel steps,
Oh my God.
that could have been very bad because.
I couldn't see because like the apron was in the way.
Oh,
But
really?
I heard it.
What
I could see
happened?
him like put him down.
Gunther picked him up, and as he picked him up, Damian's foot got caught underneath the steel step.
Oh God.
So Gunther had him like literally his head like to the ground.
Oh God.
And like you could hear them both at the same time say 1, 2, 3.
Oh
And he
really?
lifted him up and gave him a power bomb. But it was still after that he ran in the ring and
Yeah, that was awesome.
drop kicked Finn into, Long
To
Island
next
River.
week.
Yeah. The Long Island. And then he hit him with the power bomb. Good match.
Yeah.
I think that was match of the night for me.
Yeah, it was very good.
And I'm glad Gunther retained because
Oh yeah, Gunther had
well,
it too.
your idea of John Cena and
Yeah.
Gunther
I
is
thought
still
John Cena was gonna come out too.
very clearly on the table.
It's gonna happen. Like, who else is Gunther gonna fight at WrestleMania?
No, I don't know.
Ooh, Seth,
I guess we'll find
Punk,
out
maybe Punk. But,
in over 4 months.
yeah. So yeah, Gunther retains. That was a very good match. Probably match of the night for me
Yeah.
as well. Then the fourth match of the night. Chelsea Green versus Michin. I was about to say Michin, whatever you want to call her. My God, Michin is a botching machine.
Yeah, she tries hard, but sometimes it happens.
She botched the entire match. She botched her own finisher at the end.
Yeah, she did.
She missed. Like, oh my God. I mean,
Chelsea Green put on a good show.
yeah. I mean, I like Michin. I mean, she's probably a really cool person.
She's
But-
I mean, and I remember her in TNA. She was like an awesome wrestler.
Yeah.
Her and Chelsea Green used to have bangers in TNA. Like, I don't know, maybe 2018, 2017. But
Yeah, but Chelsea Green.
I guess she got older, a little slower in the ring.
Chelsea Green picked up the W. Like I said,
Yeah.
we can go back. You can go back to the first podcast
I think what's
episode.
more impressive is that we picked the finalists before they had SmackDown. They could have easily been Tiffany and Bayley, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, could have easily been Tiffany versus Bayley.
It really could have.
But or it could have been Bayley versus Chelsea Green or Tiffany versus Michin.
Yeah.
You know?
So the crowd, the hilarious part is that the crowd was cheering for Chelsea
I know.
Green.
She got the biggest pop of the night from on TV.
Oh,
like, bigger than Cody.
She by far had the biggest pop of the night.
When she won, that place on TV went absolutely nuts.
The place there went nuts. Yeah. I went nuts. But yeah, so she won, and like
first U.S.
the whole match. Like there was this one spot in the match where Chelsea, she was like about to do something to Michin, and then Michin reversed the cross and boom.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I heard that.
Yeah. So yeah, the crowd started booing Michin.
It was a good match on TV. The finish was pretty cool. She jumped off the top into the
the unpretty her.
Yeah.
That was right when she hit her with the unpretty her, crowd went nuts. Everybody started standing up, and then she won. That was insane.
I thought the match might not have been over because where she pinned her, Michin could have easily put her foot on the ropes.
Yeah.
Because she was like from like here to there to the ropes.
That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing if they did like a 2.99.
Yeah.
Crowd would have been like, "Oh my god!" But
so,
I want to talk about the bump that Piper Niven took.
I was just about to mention that. Yeah.
Your leg, I don't know how to describe it.
She tripped off the apron.
Yeah.
Right?
And she went face first.
She took a bump.
Yeah.
She's tough.
The crowd went, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
So
now
Chelsea Green.
What happened after that?
Well, one thing that I love. Obviously, Matt Cardona, his favorite wrestler, is Macho Man.
Yeah.
After the match, Piper Niven picked her up like Macho Man
and Miss Elizabeth
at WrestleMania 4 and 7. Like, so that was it 4? WrestleMania 4 after he won, right?
Yeah.
The title, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was so. I knew instantly. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man. So yeah, that was awesome. But now we move on to the main event of the match or of the show. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, the Undisputed Champion, versus Kevin Owens for the Undisputed Championship. Jesse Ventura was the commentator for this.
Yes.
So how was he during the match?
You could tell he didn't really. I don't think he's watched WWE a lot lately.
He tried to pretend. I saw some clips.
He tried his hardest, but like at one point, Michael Cole was like, "That's the same leg that Chad Gable injured. What do you think of that, Jesse?" And he obviously has no idea who Chad Gable is. And he gave a line like, Kevin Owens, got cheated after that, like, because he was being a heel commentator.
Yeah.
So he kept kayfabe, I'll tell you that. He hated Cody and loved Kevin Owens. But overall, it's, like you said, it sounded like Jesse from '85, which was cool. He obviously had no idea at all. Like, when they started the show, he called him Kevin Owen because he didn't even know who he was. And then like Michael Cole like made like an emphasis on like the S in Owens.
Yeah.
He was like Kevin Owens, not Kevin Owen. But yeah, how was the match? What'd you think live?
I think it was pretty decent.
I loved it. I really did.
I like the ending, like where like the ref got knocked out. But I want to point out some like a couple of funny things happened. So after like they showed like coming up next this match, like after Kevin made his entrance, he went over to Jesse Ventura. He shook his hand.
Yeah.
Michael Cole had his hand out, and Kevin just completely
sold him.
Yeah. So that was hilarious. And another really funny thing that happened. So only people who were there would know this. So the lights went out after like Kevin came out, and we didn't know that it switched the commercial break. Usually when the lights come out,
really?
Cody's gonna
come out.
Cody's gonna come out. You like that two wrestling is more than one real family. And people had all their cameras out, and they showed WWE Shop, the Christmas sale. And everyone was like, oh. And then they did it again. It was like WWE documentary. Oh, and then the third time they were like, okay, they gotta be back now. Everybody was chanting Cody, Cody, dun, dun, dun,
And they
dun,
played the
dun.
theme
And I was
song.
like, oh my god, come on. So then after that, once they
Yeah.
came back,
They kind of probably didn't care when he came out eventually. 'Cause
oh, he didn't get as loud
I
as
know,
a pop.
because they wasted it on
Yeah.
WWE Shop.
Yeah, and then he eventually came out, and yeah, so
We're missing one big thing. He came out.
Oh, he came out with the winged eagle.
What did he have? He literally had this belt.
Yeah, but
Like, it wasn't even. They literally, it was like they went to the back and found this in like
Yeah.
WWE Shop and was like, "Here, Cody."
I
There's
was
nothing crazy about it. I thought they were gonna give him like the legit one with the
I-
WWF on the side.
I was just about to ask you because I
Yeah.
couldn't see. I was trying to zoom in on my phone to see.
Yeah,
But I couldn't tell. Was it? It was just.
it was this
It
belt.
was this one.
It was this replica belt,
Yeah.
which is still.
They sell this
awesome.
on. They sell this on WWE
I know.
Shop.
But it was awesome to see like
Mhm.
in 2024 somebody wearing the winged eagle
Yeah.
because
Because they
that's
haven't. Last person who wore it was Stone Cold.
Stone Cold for a night.
Yeah.
So really, the last person to have it was Shawn Michaels
Yeah.
at the beginning of '98. So that's what, over 20 something.
Yeah.
28 years ago, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see them with that title.
Yeah, that was awesome when he came out with it.
That was awesome.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I couldn't see him come out with it because everybody was standing up. Obviously, it's the main guy of the company.
Yeah.
I didn't see it until he got into the ring, and I couldn't really see it until Charles Robinson
Yeah.
held
Held it up.
up the title. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's got the winged eagle. And I completely forgot about that he was going to have the winged eagle.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait, he does have the winged eagle. So, yeah, that was really cool. The match, like I said, it's pretty cool.
I
pretty
thought it was
decent.
fine. You could tell they were rushing
Yeah.
because at one point you could tell Charles Robinson like rushes over to Cody and like whispers in his ear and like Cody nods. So it was almost, and at that point it was like 9:55,
Yeah.
and I was literally right before the finish happened with the ref bump and all that stuff. So,
I was like recording and I was like, they are going to run out of
I know.
time. They need to
well,
hurry it up.
I told Frankie this earlier. At 9:45, they just cut to commercial break and played commercials for 5 minutes, and I was like, they're gonna run out of time because they were nowhere near the finish when they cut to commercial. And I was thinking, you have 10 minutes left, and it's not like a Raw or SmackDown where you can end like a minute or two over because it's USA Network, on a Monday night at 11 o'clock. Nobody cares what's on after Raw.
Yeah.
Like, this is NBC at prime time.
It's like the biggest channel.
Somebody
in the
else
world.
paid a lot of money to have something come on at 10 o'clock, and they weren't going to let it, like, the first minute go by so that Kevin could beat up Cody.
Which we will get
Yeah.
into.
So, yeah, the ending on TV was Cody hits a crossroads on the chair, and then he starts counting. Charles Robinson finally gets up, and what was funny was the crowd was on, like, 5 because there was no ref.
Yeah.
So they were like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Charles starts counting, and they didn't know which one was which
Oh,
because you couldn't really see him because you just see his hand because he was
I
underneath,
could
like
see.
on the side of the ring.
I started
just starts
counting over
counting.
again.
Yeah.
I started counting. I was doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then once he did,
Yeah.
I did 1, 2.
So that was
Three.
the ending on TV was Cody celebrating, kissing the title, kissing the mat, and then they just Michael Cole didn't even get out anything.
Really?
Like Jesse Ventura was talking about how Kevin Owens got cheated, and then Michael Cole was like, "Yeah, but Cody Rhodes," and then it just cut. Like they didn't even say like, "Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday night." It was just, "Yeah, Cody Rhodes gets," and then that was it.
So, I want to ask you. People are like actually mad about the finish because they think that Cody cheated,
Yeah,
but I don't necessarily think so.
I don't think so either. I like it more that he wasn't like John Cena, where you always have to do the right thing all
Yeah.
the time.
He's like, no, I can't do like
Yeah.
WrestleMania 30.
Like John Cena would have kicked the chair out of the ring
Mhm.
and then hit him with an AA, But Cody used what
Pulled
was
the
in
trigger.
what was in front of him to his advantage.
Yeah.
And I like that there's like that. I'm not saying it's a dark side to Cody, but it shows he's willing to do whatever it takes
Oh wait.
if it's the bad way or the right way to keep the title.
And I kind of get it because Kevin at Bash in Berlin didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah,
And Cody's showing, hey,
yeah.
if you want to win, you
If
pull the
yeah,
trigger.
This title means a lot. I'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So if I got to crossroads you onto a chair, so be it. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that booking.
And then after the show, I said to my dad, I said, I don't think it's over. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously it was over. But I said, I don't think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do something. And then Cody grabs a mic. He said, oh my God.
Kevin beat him up.
And then my dad was like, okay, nothing's gonna happen. Because he'd been celebrating for a while, and I was like, okay. Then we climbed up the stairs. Like, we got like 2 steps up, and then we heard, oh, and I was like, wait, go back. And then he started beating the hell out of Kevin Owens.
Yeah, he beat him up pretty good.
Or no, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And he gave him a pile driver on the. I don't know if he did it on the chair.
Package pile driver.
Yeah, he gave him a package pile driver. Not like the one they did.
Yeah. No, this was like his legit Ring of Honor one that he hasn't done probably since 2014, 2013.
Wow.
This was the one that he used to do to Sami Zayn on like off of ladders onto like other ladders or through tables. This was his move. Like, this was his stunner. Like, the heel Kevin Owens we're getting right now is exactly how he was in 2013 when he was like the king of Ring of Honor, and he used to have a shirt that said "Kill Steen, Kill," and he was just a crazy heel, didn't care, like would do the stuff he's doing now. So I'm really happy that Triple H is tapping into that with him, because, I mean, let's be real, Kevin Owens was getting stale after a while, being Randy Orton's buddy. That, like, ran its course. He's better as a heel than face. And like, the last few heel turns that he's had, or times he's been heel, is just him, like, being another heel in the WWE. Nothing. There's 2 different heels, like, from, like, obviously his Indies run. Yeah, and this is Indie Ring of Honor 2013, crazy badass Kevin Owens. I think you can also compare it to 2014 NXT Kevin Owens. Exactly. Or 2015, because, like, he was only in NXT in 2014. That's exactly what it's like. But this is like that NXT one, like cranked up to 100, which I love. Yeah. So that's I'm excited for. I know I'm excited for Kevin to have this heel run, and what's going to end up happening. Probably absolutely nothing, but it's fun for now. So he did that. He beat up Cody, and then they stretchered him out, and then he stole the Winged Eagle title, and I thought that was hilarious. So he left. And then he came running back. Everybody thought he was going to beat him up. And they were like, no. And he just stepped on Cody and held up the title. And then he went over to the corner and he said, yeah. And he was acting like he won the title. And then, so he went back to the stage. And I couldn't see this. Triple H came out and he pushed him. Yeah, they had a little altercation. They were pushing each other back and forth. And it was like, whoa. And then Kevin, he slapped the title out of Kevin's hand. But I was telling Frankie earlier today, I really hope that Kevin just carries this around. Yeah, that would be awesome. Like, so just wears it. Every week. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no reason why he can't be, like, he's not the champion at anything, but he could just say that, like, he took that title from Cody at Saturday Night's Main Event, and now it's his. Yeah. And I like that. So, I hope they do that. It's kind of like MJF in 2021. When he beat Punk on Rampage, and then after the match he pinned him again. Yeah. And every week he'd go around saying, I pinned CM Punk twice, even though the bell already rang after that. Yeah. So I feel like it would be like that. But yeah, so I think we talked long enough about Saturday Night's Main Event. I think so too. It was a really good show. What would you rate the show out of 5? I would give it a 4 out of 5. At the end of the day, it was basically another episode of SmackDown, just with a juiced-up card and awesome lighting and staging. But it was still a 2-hour show, had the regular commercial breaks. It was a sprint. Every match felt like it was, like, fast-paced, almost to the point where Triple H is like, you got to get this in like, X amount of minutes. Let's just say, like, 10 minutes. And if at 9 minutes you're not even through your match, just go right to the ending, because we need time at the end. Yeah. So I give it 4 out of 5. I'm excited for the next one. I hope they tighten some things up. Maybe only make 4 matches instead of 5. I think 5 kind of cut into the time, but I'm cool with it. It was a good show. I'm also going to be giving it a 4 out of 5. I think, like he said, he basically just stole the words right out of me. Very good show. I personally think that 5 is fine. I just think you need to cut, like, one of the matches a little bit shorter so that you have enough time. But I think they did the timing not perfectly, but I think the timing was fine. And I wonder if the other matches had perfect timing. They planned on doing the post-match angle after the show went off the air to get views
Yeah.
online, or if that was like, oh man, we ran out of time, but we still got to do it. So
I think
let's
it was-
just screw it and do it. We'll put it on X and Instagram and YouTube, and we'll get 10,
Yeah.
20 million views on it and make some money out of it.
I think they did it on purpose because they did the Kevin heel turn. Off
Yeah,
air
you're
too.
right. You're right.
So-
So they're sticking with that.
Yeah, I love that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I like it too.
Yeah, so that was our review on Saturday night's main event. That was a very long review. I mean, we really liked the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was our review on Saturday night's main event. And now we're going to jump into trivia. Alright, it is now time for trivia. And yeah, so last
time,
week
Frankie needs to redeem himself. So
yeah, I got
we-
one of the questions wrong. Let's just not
But
talk about it.
he got it wrong, and then he kind of got it right. I feel like he thought what he said was different than what he thought. So I'm adding on. We usually do 3 questions. Today I'm doing 4.
Or
Let's go with question number 1.
is there any specific topic?
None at all.
All right.
I just thought of these on the top of my head.
Okay.
So here we go. Name the only married couple to both be United States champion.
Oh, okay. That's obvious.
So let's hear it.
It's Zack Ryder and Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I wanted to go with like familiar, like just happened. I saw that today. I thought it was funny because
Yeah.
she's literally the only women's U.S. champ.
Exactly.
So
You made me think about it.
I
was
know,
Like, wait a
I-
minute.
I
Okay,
tried.
hold on.
I tried to start off with an easy question, but make you think it's hard.
Yeah.
So you're 1 for 1.
One for one.
All right, this might be a hard one. The first not singles, any title. The first title John Cena won in WWE. What was it?
The United States Championship.
You are right.
I think it was 2000. No, I don't want to get anything
No,
wrong.
it was
I don't
in.
want to get anything wrong.
It was in 04. It was at WrestleMania 20.
Oh yeah. Oh, he didn't win one before that.
Nope.
Oh no, I knew that. I
No.
knew that. I thought he won one before that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. The first title that Roman Reigns won in the WWE was.
Well, I'll give you both. The first title he won was the what you call it, the tag titles with Seth Rollins.
That's what I was looking for. But
And then the first singles title he won, I believe, was the WWE Championship.
it was.
When at Survivor Series 2015.
So
Then he got bro kicked by Sheamus.
yeah. So you're 3 for 3.
Yep.
Now going off of that from last week, now it's your chance at redemption. Before last night, when did the last Saturday night's main event take place?
Oh, before last night.
Before last night, what was the last year Saturday night's main event took place?
2008. It was
did
this
it.
time it was
He
correct.
did it. He
This
did it.
time it was correct.
I tried to trick him and have him say
Yes.
2006
Yes.
on accident.
Yes.
But so you were 4 for 4, man.
Oh God.
That's a
yeah.
good. So now
Give
you're
myself.
let's see, there was 4 and then 3 and then 3. So that's you're 10 for 10 right now in trivia.
Technically not.
You're 9 for 10, possibly 10 for 10
Yeah.
depending on.
Yeah, it's like 9.5.
Yeah.
We're just gonna jump right into the top 3, like we said. Our top 3 moments of the week. Like we said, we're only gonna do 4 segments this week
Yeah.
because we spent a lot of time talking about Saturday night's main event.
We did.
So yeah, we're gonna jump into our top 3. As always, Chris, you can take it away. Start it off first. Number 3.
Number 3 for me this week was Braun Strowman returning because it was unexpected. I love Braun Strowman. I think he's awesome. I've always loved him. I know you have too. And to see him come back after they said he tore his groin, which usually takes like 4 to 6 months of recovery, and he was back in 2, not even, maybe 3. So he's superhuman. He's a big dude. That was my number 3. Number 2 was Roman announcing Tribal Combat. I think I'm mostly looking forward to that Netflix Raw.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be crazy. I hope I'm not overhyping it or like thinking in my head it's gonna be awesome and then like
and
finish it.
They literally cannot make it be bad.
I know.
It's their premiere. They've been
I know.
hyping it up for basically.
And that's
all
what I'm
year.
like afraid of. Is like, all right, Tribal Combat. God knows what else. Seth is gonna fight CM Punk.
Yeah.
All that, and I don't know. Roman cut a great promo with Paul Heyman, so that's why it's my number 2. And my number 1 was Kevin Owens after Saturday Night's Main Event went off the air. I thought, we just talked at length about how great I think his old school heel character is, so I hope he gets to run with that for the future.
All right, so my number 3 is the whole it's kind of like what you said for number 2.
Yeah.
The Roman announcing that he's going to have tribal combat. That was an awesome promo.
It was.
It is, what was it, like his house or?
Yeah, he was on the docks.
Yeah.
Near his boat, probably in his house in Pensacola, because I saw palm trees in Florida. So.
Yeah. So that's my number 3, but I also want to count the LA Knight backstage promo.
Oh, the Oofalafa?
Yeah. So, I mean, I can count both those, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, they're both about the bloodline.
Yeah, they're
So,
bloodline related.
Yeah, the Ufalawa, or what is it, Ufalafa?
Something like that.
Something like that. It was hilarious. That right as I heard, I was like, Ufalafa.
Yeah.
That had me cracking up. Number 2 is Chelsea Green winning the U.S. title. Because I've been waiting for her to win the U.S. title, ever since that, people have been, speculating that they were going to do a women's mid-card
For a
title.
while now, right? They
Yeah.
said that, last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were, thinking, all right, they got to do, a women's mid-card title.
Yeah.
I've been wanting it to be Chelsea Green, and she finally won. And just being there in person was also helped. And then my number 1 is just the experience of going to Saturday night's main event was awesome.
That's
to
a
be
great
there.
number 1.
Yeah, so that's just my number 1. Obviously, it's different from yours because you
Yeah.
weren't there. But
I wasn't there, but, I mean, he watched it with his dad live. I watched it with my dad on the couch.
shout out Predicting Pop.
Predicting Pop.
Shout out to Predicting Pop.
I think Pop got all 5 right, too, last night. I would ask him before each match. And
Yeah.
He loves Kevin Owens, so he might have got that one wrong.
Yeah.
He wanted Kevin Owens to win. But, yeah, no, it's a fun time.
Yeah, Predicting Pop's still,
He's
still a
still...
GOAT. He might not be on the channel anymore. Only OGs know who Predicting Pop
Predicting
is.
Pop back in the day.
Yeah.
Was that almost 5 years ago now?
Jesus.
Man.
My God, we've been doing this show for almost 5 years.
Yep.
That was my number 1, obviously. I mean, it's pretty obvious that that's my number 1. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to the Saturday night's main event. And, also, guys, I mean, not really wrestling related, but I spent, the entire day in New York. It was awesome. I mean, very cold, very
I can
crowded.
imagine.
I mean, it's New York. Obviously, it's going to be
You went
crazy.
to New York during Christmas, and actually the Heisman Trophy was last night, which added probably another 15 to 20,000 people.
Yeah.
And I also
was
heard that
insane.
it was SantaCon yesterday.
Yes, it was.
So not only was there a bunch of football people for the Heisman, a bunch of wrestling fans for Saturday night's main event, and about 20,000 Santas running around. So
Yep.
you went at literally the peak of
Uh-huh.
Christmas in New York City. So
Yeah.
it's
So,
fun.
yeah, it was very fun. I mean, obviously the cold doesn't help. We walked
Yeah.
around the city a bunch. That was really my first time actually going to New York City to go there. I've only gone for wrestling shows.
MSG.
Yeah, for Madison Square Garden, my personal favorite arena of all time.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But yeah, so very fun week of wrestling. Obviously Saturday night's main event. We both gave it a 4 out of 5. So that's gonna wrap it up for episode 5 of the Awesome Wrestling Podcast. This was a very fun podcast this week. Hoping to have some more fun podcasts, episode 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Keep
14,
'em going.
9, 20. All those podcast episodes. I cannot wait to keep doing the podcast episodes. And also subscribe. If you haven't done it already, go subscribe to the channel. We're at 40 subscribers. 10 more on the road to 50 subscribers. So that'll be really cool to hit 50 subscribers. Hopefully, our goal is to hit it before episode 10, which we probably will.
Yeah.
But guys, that is it for this episode. I'm Frankie.
I'm Chris.
And we are signing out. Peace.